Cześć, ja jestem Juno, a to nowa seria Zagrajmy w. Jest to Blair Witch Volume 3, bądź 3 po prostu, trójka Blair Witch, The Elly Kedward Tale, czyli historia Elly Kedward. Mamy kolejne cofnięcie się w czasie, jeszcze bardziej, i część, z którą w zasadzie też nie miałam do czynienia. Na początku, jak słyszę, muzyka strasznie przerywa, ale ja już to akurat sprawdzałam, to tylko tutaj przy włączeniu w menu głównym, więc nie ma się co przejmować. A szybko jeszcze nadmienię, że nie grałam. Coś tam mniej więcej ogarniam, bo patrzyłam w internecie, jak to wygląda. I zapowiada się ciekawie, dlatego że kierujemy jakimś łowcą czarownic, czy kimś takim. No, ale już nie będę przedłużać niepotrzebnie, tylko właśnie odpalamy nową grę i zobaczmy, co nas tu czeka. Klimat znów niewątpliwie uległ zmianie.
To Father Joshua Stone, Baltimore, Maryland, February 19, 1786. My dear friend and trusted advisor, regretfully, I must inform you that I shall not be returning to Baltimore in the spring. I cannot, in good conscience, return to my position as a shepherd to the faithful. How can I lead my flock when I myself have lost my way? Before I can ever preach again, I must rediscover my own faith. I have come to question the very nature of good and evil. I have seen bloodshed in the name of God and witnessed his children sowing the seeds of evil. I cannot escape my intuition that our good Christian faith blinds us to the greater evil that exists within our midst. Tomorrow, I travel to Blair Township. Doubtless you have heard of their recent demonic plight. I know not what manner of evil plagues Blair, but I go to find the true nature of God, and in the process, myself, your humble servant and eternal friend, Jonathana Prye.
Coś tak czuję, że on siłę inną niż boską tam spotka. W każdym razie jest leworęczny. Ciekawe, czy to przypadek niedopracowanie, bo było im tak wygodnie zrobić, czy to ma jakieś znaczenie. Nie obstawiam tego. Ktoś tu biegnie, mogę zagadać? Nie. Ojej, ojej! Schowaj broń. Wow, od razu strzeliłam. Niedobrze, nie chciałam tego zrobić.
My good lady, where are your townspeople going?
Out of Blair. It is the den of Satan. The witch feasts on our children.
What witch? Explain yourself, woman.
God help you if you go to Blair.
Aha, dobra. To trochę posprawdzamy drzwi. Zaraz. Nie. To jest znowu pistolet. Zaraz. Ja opcję jeszcze muszę koniecznie sprawdzić, bo ustawiałam to sobie, co prawda, no. Ojej. Ustawiałam to sobie, co prawda, no, już wcześniej, ale zrobimy to może tak. Działa i to będzie tak. A i tu gdzieś miałam jakiś użyj przedmiot. O właśnie. To niechaj będzie coś poręcznego. O, nie można w ten sposób? No to może... No, powiedzmy, że mi to będzie wygodne. Gdzie... Wybaczcie, że tak na nagraniu to wszystko robię, ale już mi się tam nie chce go wyłączać. Zobaczmy, jak to będzie działało w takim razie. Okej, o wiele mi wygodniej. A pewnie kasę zdążyli opróżnić. Tak, drzwi zamknięte. Więc pewnie nie mamy w żadnym z tych domów czy budynków czego szukać. Co to jest? Jakieś wrota? Tawerna. Już nawet jak w tawernie jest pusto, to podejrzane. Krówki tu mieliśmy tak w ogóle. Krówki. Urocze. Nie wiem, czy coś tutaj jest? Może nie. A i do krówek nie mogę wejść. Tak w ogóle ludzie spieprzyli i krowy zostawili. Smutne. Ja tam bym swoje zwierzęta ze sobą na pewno zabrała, a nie tak zostawiła.
Gentlemen, can you tell me, please, where are all the people going?
It's the witch, Elly Kedward.
Never speak her name, boy.
Good sir, I implore you, what terrifies the people so?
God has forsaken us into the arms of evil. Go back to where you came from, friend, before it's too late.
Tell me, is there anyone in town? Anyone who can help me? I've come to fight the evil here.
Sir, you're a fool if you stay here. But the town's magistrate, Jonah, and Father Goodfellow have stayed behind. Jonah is located in the courthouse, and Father Goodfellow is in the church.
Aha, dobra, to już wiem, gdzie drzwi będą otwarte, ale dla pewności sprawdzę jeszcze także te. O, tu mogę wejść, o rany. Co tu jest? Wow, nie. Nie chcę tu wchodzić w takim razie. Ha. Drzwi się zamknęły i demoniczny pies, czy jakikolwiek mnie nie capnie. Nikogo tu nie ma, ojej, przykro mi. To idziemy, jak rozumiem, do sędziego. Idźmy. Wow, co za muzyka, ale nie ma go tu jednak? Jest?
I
Yes.
would welcome you, good sir, but I cannot imagine what your purpose would be in traveling here. Tell me, what is your name and what business do you have here?
I am
Drętwe
Jonathana
trochę
Prye.
biologii.
I've heard stories of an evil that plagues your town. I've come to offer my assistance.
Prye? I've heard that name. A witch hunter.
I have been known as such.
Well, I will tell you this, witch hunter. Our town has indeed been vexed by unexplainable occurrences. Several of the town's children have disappeared, but we have no need for the interference of outsiders.
Your children are disappearing. Your townsfolk are fleeing and speaking of witches and demons, and still you refuse my help?
The people can be forgiven for jumping to a supernatural conclusion. They fear for the well-being of their children. But this is an official matter. I have 2 suspects in my custody now. I appreciate your offer, but your help is not needed here.
Serio?
The stories speak of a witch.
Yes, we've sown the seeds of our own local legend with that one, I'm afraid.
Tell me about her.
Nothing to tell, really. An old
Wiedźmie?
woman named Elly Kedward was found guilty of practicing witchcraft. And in accordance with local laws, she was banished from the town.
O, łagodnie jak na tamte
Yes, she was
czasy.
tied to a wheelbarrow, dragged into the woods and left for dead. The winters are harsh here, and no one could survive in the deep woods without shelter, especially an old woman.
But how can you be sure?
We have sent several search parties into the woods, both to look for the missing children and the remains of the witch. Neither has been found.
But the children? What else could explain the disappearances?
Most likely they've gone into hiding. After Elly was banished, the children's imaginations began to run wild.
But you mentioned suspects.
Yes. I am awaiting the arrival of troops to escort 2 prisoners to Baltimore for trial. And one of them, a woman named Elizabeth Styler, is suspected of witchcraft.
Do you think she is involved in the disappearances?
I found her lying on the floor in the Kedward home. She was mumbling strange phrases. Around her were the remains of dead animals, arranged in a strange pattern. I arrested her for suspicion of practicing the black arts.
Who is the other prisoner?
Our town drunk, Hiram Heathtoe. We found him hiding in Smith's barn in town. He's always been a bit crazy. But now he insists that he was hiding from a witch or some other form of demonic being. We arrested him for stealing a chicken from one of the local farmers. Until the troops arrive, I will be conducting a more thorough investigation.
I would like to question your prisoners. With your permission, of course.
You're a man who doesn't take no for an answer, witch hunter. I don't see any use in talking to a drunk and a delusional woman, but you may see them. But I warn you, witch hunter, do not interfere with my investigation. Here is the key to the jail.
Jak miło.
I assure you that I will stay out of your way. My offer stands. I am at your service if there is anything I can do.
If you truly believe that this is a matter of witchcraft, you might consider a visit to Coffin Rock.
What is Coffin Rock?
Coffin Rock has been the source of legend for generations. Some say from the time before this area was even settled by the white man. Most of the townsfolk whisper the name and would never venture there. But it seems to me that a witch hunter would be interested in a place like that.
Perhaps after talking to your prisoners.
Here is a map to Coffin Rock. It lies near the
Jak
center
miło.
of the forest. If you find anything that will be of use to me, report back here immediately.
Dobra, mapę zgarniamy. Mam nadzieję, że
You
łowca
should go to the
plus
church and speak
fajnie
with Father
zapomnę.
Goodfellow. He may have other information that may interest you.
Tak,
If you
na
find anything that will be
pewno.
of use to me, report back here immediately.
Tak, tak, dotarło. Ja z chęcią jeszcze ten klucz wezmę. Znalazłeś klucz do więzienia, bo ja wiem. I co to jest? Afisz z zaginioną osobą. Mogę to zobaczyć? Zaraz, nie to. Jak to było? Afisz, kropka. Zaraz, coś tu jeszcze na ścianie wisi. O tutaj, jak widziałam, broń chyba. Ale niestety jej skraść nie mogę, co? A mogę na przykład zobaczyć, co on ma na stole ciekawego? Chyba nie. No dobra, zobaczmy w takim razie, czy coś jest tu ciekawego, co bym mogła zgarnąć. Jakoś nie wydaje mi się i chyba do łóżka mu się też nie będziemy ładować. No więc dobra, jak już nam tyle osób zasugerowało, żeby iść do tego kościoła, no to chyba pójdziemy. Wątpię, że tak od razu wiarę odzyskamy. O, kolejny ten widzę. Afisz z zaginioną osobą. Inną, jak rozumiem. Zaraz. Tak, ten wygląda na kogoś innego i wygląda dziwnie współcześnie. A tak w ogóle pamiętnik. Mogę go zobaczyć? Coś naprawdę przeraziło tych biednych mieszkańców. Tak. O, to miłe, że mamy cele i mapę rysowaną. Jej, trochę taka zapaskrolona i mało czytelna, ale mam nadzieję, że jakoś to będzie. Dobrze, wejdźmy, powiedziałam i zobaczmy. Jej, co to za muzyka podniosła. Jej, jak dużo wiernych. No tak, mówi się jak trwoga to do Boga, ale jak widzę nie bardzo.
Good day, Father. I am Jonathana Prye. I've come to investigate the strange events that have plagued your town.
Welcome, my son. I am Father Hale Goodfellow. A demonic evil has infested our once peaceful town. The people flee in terror. I have prayed that someone will be able to rid this place of her. God willing, you are that man.
Her? Do you mean Elly Kedward? Do you believe she's the Blair Witch?
Oh, I am certain of it, my son. I discovered her diabolic ways some time ago. And though Jonah finally banished her to the woods, I fear she has escaped and is now exacting her revenge upon the poor souls of this town.
It was you who discovered that she practiced witchcraft? Tell me, Father. Tell me what happened.
She worked her evil charms on the children of Blair. One of these children, a young girl named Isabel Abel, confided in me, and hence the witch was found out.
What sort of evil charms?
No one knows.
No.
The children said
Serio?
that she lured them to her house and drew their blood. It was on this basis that I accused her of witchcraft. What other reasonable explanation could there be? I reported my findings to the magistrate, and she was found guilty.
Strange behavior, to be sure. But what other evidence do you have of her witchcraft?
No
It is
właśnie.
the very children who accused her that have gone missing. In my mind, this means that the witch has survived her punishment, or worse, returned from the dead to seek her vengeance.
Tell me what you know about the prisoners that Jonah has locked up in jail.
Hiram is harmless enough. He is weak and drinks too much, and I believe that Jonah has him locked up for his own safety. The woman, Elizabeth Styler, is an entirely different story. She is in league with the devil, and her soul must be cleansed. It is for our own safety that I placed a ward on her cell, binding her from using her pagan magic. I cannot help but believe that she has conspired with the Kedward witch and is connected to the missing children.
You are so convinced of your truth, Father. I wish I could be so sure.
What troubles you, my son? You act as if you've lost your faith.
I have.
You must believe in yourself and in God. He has placed you here to test you, and it is only your faith that will allow you to
Ja
succeed.
dziękuję za takie testy. A ten ksiądz w ogóle
Then
sam
pray
brzmi
for
jak
me, Father,
jakiś
for my
nawiedzony, ale
faith has
dobra, tam...
rotted. God has left me, and I abandon him in return.
If you have lost your faith, why did you come here?
I came here to discover or rediscover what I truly believe, but each passing moment leaves me more confused. Perhaps I should leave this place before I bring the wrath of God down upon us all.
You will find your faith again, my son, and it shall be stronger than ever. You must believe that God has sent you on this great journey to help not only the children of Blair, but yourself as well.
Yes, the children.
There are things I must tell you, strange things that I have witnessed firsthand.
What kinds of things?
Graves have been defiled, corpses missing, and one night as I walked home through the
Znikają
forest,
ciała
I saw
trupów.
the
Co za
undead
piękne
roaming through the
tłumaczenie.
woods. At first I thought my eyes were failing me. I'm not as young as I used to be, but I ventured close enough to see them, disfigured and demon-eyed, and smell them. Oh, I tell you, my son, the smell was horrible. They chased me, and I feared for my life. It was a truly horrific
A
experience.
potem się
Could
obudziłeś.
it have been a dream?
I wish it had been, but it was real. And a few nights later, I began hearing a voice beckoning me. Now I realized it was the witch. The voice was strange, garbled, but at the same time, gentle and alluring. I found it impossible to resist and ventured into the woods. I don't know the woods well, and it was very dark. I was lost after only a few moments. It was then that the voice became threatening, demonic. It became obvious that it was the witch and that I was in the presence of the devil himself.
That is a strange tale, Father.
There are many things here that are strange. I pray that you will uncover the truth, my son, and spare our poor town from this blight.
I will do what I can. Whatever truth lies in those woods, I will seek it out.
Jak nagle pewności siebie nabrał. Ciekawe, czy mogę jeszcze go o coś dopytać.
I pray that you will uncover the truth, my son, and spare our
fajnie,
poor
fajnie.
town from this blight.
Ale on w ogóle sam demonicznie wygląda, ten cały ojciec, jakiś tam ksiądz w zasadzie. Dobra, tu coś jest może ciekawego? Nie, talerz pusty, nie ma nawet czym się poczęstować. Mogę tu wyjść? Tu jest. O, na tyły kościoła jakoś wyszłam, tak? Ojej, co my tu mamy? Zaraz ja się zgubię w ogóle. A, dobra, tu jest wejście, tam jakaś brama, a tu pewnie las. Dobra, to przede wszystkim historyczny zapis robimy. Jeden. No dobra, to teraz chyba bym pogadała sobie tam z więźniem. Wow! Wisielec, już biedną jakąś kobietę powiesili. Pewnie też za czary. No cóż. Dobra. Na tyłach sądu elegancko, jak widzę, jest i więzienie, wyglądające jak jakiś loch średniowieczny. Dobra.
Who are you? What do you want? I told that damn Jonah I ain't got nothing to do with anything. Can't you all leave me be? Or at least give me a damn drink.
My name is Jonathana Prye. I want to talk to you about the strange events that have befallen your town.
I ain't got nothing to say unless I have something to drink. I left my bottle of whiskey in that old barn. Bring it to me and I might be willing to talk to you.
I'm not sure Jonah would
tam
like
mamy
it
go
if I gave you
gdzieś.
liquor.
Well, you ain't getting an ounce of information out of me until I have my whiskey.
Ach, tak. Ach, ta whisky, no wiadomo co w tej Ameryce tych lat tam XVIII wieku. Tylko jedno im w głowie i do dzisiaj. Ojej, tu jakieś... musi być tam naprawdę zimno, że widzę parę zrobili, ale to niby ta gra jest taka niedopracowana, a jednak zobaczcie, o pary zadbali. Podoba mi się to. Tak w ogóle, o nie, w stodole, a przecież w stodole jest... Nie, gdzie ja biegnę? Nie wiem, gdzie biegnę. A w stodole był ten demoniczny pies chyba jakiś. Znaczy, nie wiem czy demoniczny, ale atakował mnie. Obiegam chyba kościół naokoło. A teraz jeszcze tak, mamy krzyż. Patrzę co ja w ogóle mam za broń różne. Krzyż i coś strzelającego. Dobra, na psa będzie idealne. Na psa urok. Czyli wchodzimy. Broń lepiej wyjąć. Wow, zaraz. Już? No. Jej, ile to mnie strzałów kosztowało. Aha, naboje wypadły z psa. Tak, to jest bardzo realistyczne. Kolejny ten plakat. Ale chyba ciągle tej samej osoby. Dobra, tu jakieś szmaty leżą w boksach. O, whisky? Tak.
I should give this to Hiram.
Aż mi się piosenka, jakaś tam ballada czy coś rockowa, Whisky in the Jar przypomniało. O, drzwi się za mną zamknęły. To dość upiorne, nie da się ukryć. Ale tak. Miłe, że w tej części również nam dokładnie wszystko mówią, gdzie co jest i co z czym mamy zrobić. A przynajmniej na razie, obym się nie przeliczyła w dalszych etapach gry. Ale może nie będzie tak źle. Czy ja tam w ogóle widziałam koło kominka jakąś żelazną dziewicę?
Oh, did you find it?
No, czemu nie odpowiadam?
Is this what you're looking for?
Ja bym najpierw posłuchała informacji, a potem
Oh, come
dała.
here, my precious. I have missed you.
Normalnie jak ten Gollum z Władcy Pierścieni.
Thank you, Mr. Prye. Now tell me, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Elly Kedward.
The Blair Witch. I told that damn Jonah not to do anything so foolish as to send her into the woods. She will be the death of us all, Mr. Prye. I'm sure of it. She has dark knowledge that can send us all into Satan's arms. She's come back to drag us to the bowels of hell. Look at me. I hid for days from these evil deeds. In Smith's barn. I only came out when I was hungry. Potter says I stole a chicken from him, so they throw me in here. Defenseless. It's only a matter of time before the devil finds me here. Shh! We must speak quietly. One of the devil's disciples shares this very jail with me.
But Hiram, I
No,
can
nie
hear you just
zauważyłam jej
fine.
wcześniej tak w
You
ogóle.
can't hide from me, friend.
Please, Mr. Prye, I beg of you. If you have power over the evil that plagues this town, start here with the wickedness that lurks in this jail.
Myślałam, że to pomówienia. Naprawdę to czarownica?
Why have they imprisoned you, good lady?
They accuse me of heresy. I'm guilty of nothing other than being in Elly Kedward's house.
The magistrate said you were behaving strangely.
Strangely? Yes. Would not anyone behave strangely after seeing the terrors I beheld? When I entered the house, I was greeted with the stench of death. Slaughtered animals, entrails asunder. It was all too much. I was paralyzed with fear. When Jonah found me, I was still out of my senses. That could not have been my work. I could never have done that to those animals.
But why? Why were you in Ellie's house in the first place?
She calls me.
Ellie? She calls you?
Yes, she calls for help. Ellie is not evil. She is only misunderstood, as am I. She did not
W
harm
ogóle
any of those
wiedźmy nie
children. Ellie was the one that
krzywdzą
taught me the ways
zwierząt,
of
a
the
ta w ogóle
craft before they
powiedziała
banished her.
dzieci, a
I've
nie
not seen her
zwierząt.
since that wretched day.
Ach, te
So,
tłumaczenie.
you admit to being a witch.
Yes, but no one knew. I kept it a private matter, lest I end up dead like Ellie. I'm not an evil woman. Does the mere practice of witchcraft make me so?
I hear stories of walking dead, of children
Ale
disappearing,
to
of
nie
all
wiedźmy
sorts of
są temu
strange
winne,
things.
to oczywiste.
Surely nothing good or pure could bring about such horror. These events are somehow related to each other, and I am here to
A
find out why.
związek
But I've done
pewnie
nothing wrong.
to te
They call me a
pradawne zło
heretic,
z lasu.
simply for violating their principles of Christianity.
I am going to Coffin Rock today to investigate these events. Then we shall see what form of evil is at work in this town.
Albo i nie dowiemy się. Dobra, przede wszystkim kolejny zapis i to już czas odcinkowy nam się kończy, więc dzięki za oglądanie, trzymajcie się, cześć!